Hello Virgo, Elsie here to do your reading. How are you, my Earth cousins? I hope you're well. I'm here to do a 9-card read for you, Virgo, and we are going to find out what is coming up for you in June. We are looking forward to the month of June here, and let's find out what's going on for you. If you're interested in private reads, got the time now. I'm all caught up. So if you're interested in that, if you're interested in private reads or in the extendeds, I'll talk about that at the end of the read. Let's find out what's going on for you, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Looking at the sun there on the split. Let's find out what's going on for Virgo. Tell me about Virgo. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. We asked for Virgo, and Virgo arrives. There we go. We've got the 8 of Pentacles here. We've got the 10 of Swords. Are you overworking? Somebody here's working too much. Friend, it feels like you're burnt out. It also feels like you feel you're working a lot, or you're not getting paid your worth. Either you're putting in a lot of overtime and you're really, like, maybe you're giving it mostly to the government. It feels like you're a subject matter expert and you have more information about whatever it is that you do in terms of your work. You have more information about that than your colleagues. I feel like it almost feels like a betrayal that you're putting in a lot of time, effort, or energy and you're not really getting anything out of it. It also feels like for somebody here who has been, it feels like you've used your knowledge without getting paid for it to support a team, support an idea, support some sort of path or directive here with other people involved. And I feel like you feel as though there's something here that you need to do. It feels like you need to make some sort of a decision about the plan that you have, my friend. I don't think you like where you are. Look, this could be a relationship I'm talking about. It could be a place of work or a career path. But it feels like you're just not happy there. You feel as though you're being taken for granted, being betrayed. It feels like this is probably the end of the line for you. And it feels like here that you're trying to figure out your plan so you can release yourself from this. Whatever it is, it feels like you're not happy with the situation. It could be something that is very deeply emotional for you, and you feel like you're no longer in control of your emotions as it pertains to the situation. It almost feels like something's bubbling under the surface here, friend, and eventually you're just going to let it fly. And I think that when you do, it's going to go out and blaze a glory, and that's going to be it. Yeah, and then everything is going to be in this energy of the 3 of Swords. I don't feel like you want to go out this way, Virgo. I don't think I'm speaking to a vindictive Virgo. I think I'm speaking to someone who's like, look, pay me what I'm worth. Or why aren't you treating me like I'm worth it? I feel like you do have a plan, friend. I feel like you're about to make a decision, but I feel as though you're holding yourself back because you don't really want to go. You just want someone to treat you as you are worth. And I feel like you have a lot of worth. I feel like you've done a lot of work on yourself, or maybe you're quite educated if we're talking about the work thing. But it also feels like this is all out of your control, because with the Emperor at the center of the read in the reverse, it means like nothing is within your control. If you feel like everything is out of control, maybe out of control emotionally, but it feels like in order to get what you want, you're probably going to have to follow your plan, and you're probably going to have to release the situation where you feel like other people are more in charge of you than you are in charge of you. Look, the moment of alchemy is coming here. Temperance is here to say you have to heal yourself emotionally. I feel like somebody here has really been doing a lot of self-awareness training. It feels like you've become very self-aware about your worth, about how hard you work on yourself. And it feels like you've come to the realization that you're in a situation that you no longer control. And it's pissing you off, disappointing you, breaking your heart that this thing is not working out because I don't think you want to go. You don't want to make the decision. You're hesitating to make the decision. That's what the 2 of Wands is. You've already got the plan in place, but and all the details, but you're hesitating to go because you don't really want to. You don't want to have to change up the situation, leave the relationship, cut somebody out of your life. That's what it feels like. We've got the 7 of Pentacles, because you've put in so much time, so much effort. You've worked really hard to cultivate something, to bring it to a place of transformation. You've worked really, really hard and you're very loyal. So I don't know if we're talking about an employment situation for you. Maybe it's a career path. Maybe it's not necessarily the job that you work in, but it's the career path. I feel like with the Temperance card here that there is a moment coming where you're going to be like, that's it. Boom, I've made the decision. Everything is going to come together and I feel like you're going to execute your plan here. We're going to look at 2 cards, see what's waiting under the surface here that you can't quite see yet, Virgo. Tell me what's coming up here. We've got the 7 of Wands. There it is. Somebody here is standing up for themselves. It does feel like you're going to hit a wall. And I feel like that wall is a boundary. And so it feels like eventually you just hit the boundary and you are in this place where I'm just burnt out. I can't do it anymore. 9 Wands. I can't do this anymore. I feel like you're about to make a choice. People, I feel, see you as very stable and grounded, but they also can see you as someone who will switch on a dime. Now, what they don't realize is, Virgo, you don't switch on a dime. You don't do anything quickly unless you have fire. Like maybe you're a Virgo with a bunch of fire in your chart, right? Then maybe you would. But it feels like somebody here, you could have Sagittarius possibly. We've got the Magician here. I think that you don't want to leave the place where you are, but you have come to the realization that you are no longer in control of your reality if you continue to stay here. You feel betrayed. I think that you were made a lot of promises, either in a relationship, in a friendship, or in a job or a career path. You're made a lot of promises. Somebody made a lot of promises to you that are just not coming to fruition here. You feel like you're not in control of any of it, not even your emotions lately. We've got the 4 of Swords here. I think what you want to do is just have some relief. That's what this is giving me here. The 10 of Swords is the release, and the 4 of Swords is healing. I think you just want relief, my friend. We've got the Empress. And we've got the 5 of Pentacles. So I'm going to say if this is a relationship reading for you, it feels as though you are the one who is keeping up with your part of the deal. It feels like you're the person who provides comfort, food. You're the grocery shopper, taking care of the kids. Whatever you are, feminine or masculine, man or woman, it doesn't matter to me. But it does feel like you're the person who's doing all of the heavy lifting. And somebody here is doing whatever they want. The Emperor in the reverse. But you also feel as though this person has a bit of control in the situation. Look, I feel like you're feeling taken advantage of, but as long as you stay, I feel as though this is sort of perpetuated, right? It feels like somebody here is trying to heal the relationship, heal the career path, heal the workplace. I really do want to be here. It feels like you're loyal, and so you're staying as long as you can, because the Empress ultimately is Taurus and Libra. This is Venusian energy. You're a very loving, kind, supportive person in this other person's life, possibly, whether that is you playing second to the middle manager or the boss. Maybe you're stepping into supervisory shoes while the supervisor is away and you're not getting paid what you're worth. Somebody here does not see your worth. Why is the Queen of Cups here, please? We've got the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Judgment card. Yeah. And we've got the the star, not the 6, but the star. You know, this is giving me the information that it feels as though you don't want people to see you as the bad guy, or to see you as a quitter or stepping away. But look, Judgment is calling you. And I think, I'm just going to say, when Judgment shows up in a situation like this, I feel as though the situation will not change until you change and then change the situation. So it feels like the loyalty with the Queen of Pentacles is here. The loyalty of the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups together. That's a loving mother, a loving spouse, someone who's playing a supporting role. You know, it's the backup singer, right? Making everyone else look good. It feels like that's what you do, but I think you love to do that. But it's come to your attention that when you do that, you're no longer in control of your future or whatever your reality looks like. I feel like you're hopeful that when this comes up the next time, that it will stabilize and you can continue to be in the supportive role, kind, loving, compassionate. But I think you know better. I'm going to say with the star and the Queen of Cups here, it feels like you know better. I feel as though you're hopeful but I also feel as though you're going to have to give or get some clarity about this. Judgment is saying it's probably time for you to take another path. The next path you take will be stable. The Queen of Pentacles is here. You are someone who can take care of yourself. You don't require anybody's help. You don't require external validation. You can take care of it all on your own, Empress energy, right? But it feels as though right now you are lending yourself to someone as a supporting role. And this person is in control of your money, how much you get paid, control of how people see your worth. Tell me about the Three of Swords. We've got the Tower. We got the Ace of Pentacles. And we got the Seven of Swords. It feels to me here like you're going to say something before you go. I don't think you're just going to decide to detach and go out in a blaze of glory. I do feel as though you will approach the Emperor in reverse, or this energy of the Emperor in reverse, which is feeling like I got to get back in control. I feel like with the Three of Swords here that you know it's going to be hard for the shift to take place. I feel like you have something waiting on the outside here. If this is a job that you're thinking about leaving, I think you're comparing it to another offer or opportunity that you might have coming up in the future. I think you're concealing it, but I do feel like you go to the Emperor in reverse, or the situation that's creating this instability or your inability to be able to be in control of your money, your time, your efforts, your energies. I feel like first you're going to speak to somebody about it, and if they don't give you the right answer, then I think you're out. Because I feel like you really are a hard worker, and I feel like there is so much that you are manifesting right now, but I feel as though your loyalty is keeping you where you are. You're the one who is in service, right? You're always in service. So I feel like you can find that position somewhere else if you want to, but I don't think you want to, friend. I think that being the supporting role has put you in the Empress shoes. That's what it feels like. It's made you self-sufficient. It's sort of like you're in a situation, either in a relationship or a career path or a job, where you're like, well, you pushed it all on me. I kept doing it all myself, and now you've become the person I don't really need anymore. I can do it myself. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. This is being very intentional with your next move here. Yep, the Knight of Swords is here, and the Sun. You're bringing it to someone's attention. I feel like hanging on to it here. When I see the Ten of Wands in the reverse, it feels like a bit of martyrdom. And a bit of martyrdom means, is though I don't like it, I don't want it, I don't support it, I'm going to stay anyway. And so it feels like somebody here is continuing to carry a burden that is not their own. The Sun is here with the Knight of Swords to say, yep, I'm going to reveal it. I'm just going to say it, because that's Gemini energy. Gemini is not afraid to speak their mind. Like, you know, sometimes when they say something, it will blow things up. But nonetheless, if it's supposed to, it will. I feel like with the Sun here tells me two things. One, it's going to be okay, but also this must be revealed, and you should try and fix it if you don't want to leave where you are. But I feel like you need to be really intentional with your words. I feel like you're making a decision or a choice to stand up. And the Page of Swords is here. I feel like you've already done some digging here, or some, yeah, it feels like you already have the knowledge. You've viewed from a distance, you've observed from a distance, and you realize that you could be slamming the door on the chapter. You realize this could be over in a second. So we're going to go into the extended. If you want to come to the extended, that's what we're going to talk about the rest of this. We're going to discuss this. I'm going to clarify the rest of it, see how this works out on the underside here. And if you're interested in that, please take a look at the pinned comment. There you will find a link for the membership where the extendeds are, and you will find a link to Hypsee, which is the only place you can book me right now. So if you're interested in a private read, please know that I'm all caught up. And if you're interested in one of those, now would be the time to book. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back, Virgo, because I'm always back. And take care. See you in the extended. Or not. See ya. Bye-bye.